In today's English listening lesson, I will discuss the meaning of the phrase, the early bird catches the worm. Then I will read a story to help you better comprehend today's lesson. Well, hello, students. I hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome to another episode of Parlay with Jay. This is a C-3 English listening practice video. Use this video to practice your English listening skills. If you want to study my longer lessons, use the links in the description. Let's discuss the meaning of the early bird catches the worm today. I hope you're ready for a little bit of learning and laughter. Now, the phrase, the early bird catches the worm, means that people who take action or arrive early have an advantage and are more likely to succeed. It emphasizes the importance of being proactive, prepared, and not waiting until the last minute. So a person that uses the phrase or describes someone as an early bird gets the worm, they're not lazy. Okay, they're someone who doesn't mind starting, as we say, ahead of the game. Let me give you a few example sentences to help you understand. You might say, if you want the best seat at the concert, get there an hour early because the early bird catches the worm. Or you might say, she woke up early to finish her project before the deadline. After all, the early bird catches the worm. Or you could say, the first people to arrive at the job fair got the best opportunities, proving the early bird catches the worm. Okay. Before we get into today's story, if you want the story notes in PDF form, be sure to support and join my Patreon. The link is also in the description. Let's dive into today's story about Marvin and learn what the early bird catches the worm means. Marvin was always a late riser. He loved sleeping in and often started his day well after 1 p.m. His friends and family teased him about it, but Marvin didn't mind. He figured he could get things done later in the day and still be just as productive. One day, Marvin heard about a big job fair coming to town. Companies from all over were hiring, and it was a great chance to land a new job. The event started at 8 a.m., and Marvin told himself he'd go, but in typical fashion, he decided he didn't need to be there early. I'll show up around 2 p.m., he thought. That should be good enough. Now, the morning of the fair, Marvin slept through his alarm and didn't arrive until almost 2:30. When he walked into the event, the place was packed with people. Worse, many of the companies had already filled their interview slots, and some had even left early because they had found the candidates they wanted. Marvin tried to hand out his resume, but the employers were tired and uninterested. Most of the good opportunities were already gone. As he left the fair disappointed, he ran into his friend Jake. Jake had arrived at 7:30 a.m. and he was excited, talking about the job offers he received. I told you, Jake said, the early bird catches the worm. From that day on, Marvin understood the value of being early. He learned that showing up first gave you the best chance to succeed. and he vowed to change his habits the next time a big opportunity came around. Marvin was and would be the first one in line. Marvin must be young because a lot of young people like to sleep in late, as I did when I was a younger man. But I learned, like Marvin did, you have to be proactive because the early bird gets the worm. Now, if you watch many of my English lessons, you would know that I feed animals in my yard, specifically birds. And one thing I can tell you is that early in the morning, before I even get out the bed, the birds are already on my porch chirping and singing, letting me know that they're hungry and they want something to eat, which proves that the early bird or the bird starts early. Okay, so that's how it is in life. You have to be on time, and some of the my elders say if you're on time, you're late. So if an event begins at 8 o'clock and you just get there at 8, you're late. We must be like Jake and get there early. Now, I usually like to arrive 5 to 10 minutes early, but Jake was 30 minutes early. But either way, being early shows that you're serious and about business. Remember, the early bird gets the worm. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's quick English listening lesson. Be sure to share it with a friend that you know is trying to improve their English. And if you have any questions, sometimes I try to make the videos so quick I fail to say, leave your questions down in the comments section. And don't forget, if you want my PDF English notes and you want to join me in other exclusive videos not on YouTube to help you with your English, be sure to join the Patreon. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, take care, and I hope you join me on my next English lesson.